Yo, yo, it is Sydney, or Sid. I am so excited to film today, honestly. I thought, ooh, lol, did not expect that to happen. I was gonna film yesterday because I did my makeup before I went to, well, recap on yesterday, let's go. Man, I just want to like talk. I mean, I do want to do a makeup right now. Also, just like talking. I don't know. I'm in a pretty good mood. It's been a pretty good day. Already like kind of like spot concealed a little bit. My skin is starting to get a little bit better. I think part of it probably is the birth control. Whoever really knows though. So I'm just hoping for the best. Yeah. So yesterday I did my makeup before I went to a production meeting for a music video that my friend wants to do. But I was mainly doing my makeup for an art exhibit that I went to last night with my boy and his friends. And that was quite interesting. It was about a local artist who had miscarriages, and that's kind of what it was really about. It was very intense for me. It was I did not know what to expect. So I usually, if I'm going to something, an art exhibit, or if I just want to do my makeup for fun or like dress up, like yesterday I had on a turtleneck that I put paint on, and then like a really nice flowy skirt from a friend's grandma. And it was pretty chill, but I want to do something to match that. So it was so awesome. I was so proud of myself and my eye look. But usually I just kind of like do that. I mean, I'm going to work. That's why I'm doing makeup now. Always work. Always work. I don't always do makeup for work, but today I really want to. Because yesterday was such a good makeup day. I was like, ooh, I want to do makeup again. So I don't really know exactly what's going to happen. I can have an idea of what I want to do, but then again, I kind of don't. So who knows? But yeah, yesterday production meeting went really good. Although before that, I hung out with friend Kinsey, and we just talked about everything as usual, even though we never get anything done that we're supposed to. I'm okay with that. It was fun. It was fine. So yeah, production meeting, exciting. I'm so excited for my friend. He like does so much, works pretty hard on everything he does. Plus he's managing the band that he's doing the music video for. So it's just like a really good like win-win for him. And I'm just so excited to be a part of it. So thankful for friends and friendship. So I'm most likely going to be on script. I thought about being in it. He might want me in it for like a scene or two. But I really want to work behind the scenes this time, since I'm usually always on stage and always in something. But I just kind of want to get more of a behind the scenes type of look on things, especially since I want to do directing. And I like helping with other things, like I'll be stage managing my alum high school. So like just getting more backstage type of work is I think that's good for me with what I'm interested in doing besides just performing in front of people. So I think it's going to be really good. I will say the one person who I mentioned previous who acted kind of weird around me was there. But I'm not going to try to make it, or I'm not going to try to like let it get to me. Like I'm here to work. Past is in the past. Let's just, be professional about things. Like it doesn't really matter anymore. And I think like she'll do great, honestly. Like she'll be fine. So I'm excited to see everybody else work together though. So who knows? Who knows what will really, really happen? But it's gonna be good. And I'm just hoping it all does work out though. He's already had his schedule for the dates coming up. Man, I feel like I need to get another thing. I'm like, do I need another brush right now? Because I feel like this is too dark for me brows. I do a little bit lighter, but it's fine. Also, I wanted to try something new. So like I'm right in front of my staircase in my house. And like the window was just like that away. And it's just like, so I'm trying something different. I was like, I want to see how this would look. So here we go. And so far I kind of like it. Although, I don't know if this would be like my go-to like area for doing stuff like this. But so far, I dig it. And I'm working with it. I'm kind of thankful because like my parents are away right now, so I couldn't have the place to myself. So I can be like as loud as I want. I can like do this and feel comfortable with doing this and not being awkward and be like, shh, boys. But it's fine. Also, I think I've been leaving like in the description of what I've been using. So I think I'm actually gonna start like saying it, what I'm using, just because, I don't know, why not? So far, I used the CoverGirl Brow and Liner Powder, but I know it's too dark for me, because I've definitely, it just looks super, super dark, and I'm not really much of a dark brow person. And then a lot of the makeup though I use is BH Cosmetics, just because they're affordable, and I love their products. Like, can't go wrong with them. So I'm using I used the 88 Neutral palette for a little bit of the brow color. I might have to go back and fix that. But yeah. So after the production meeting, it's just gonna, my brain goes back and forth. But it's all Gucci, yeah. So I'm gonna go in with some Bare Minerals Bare Pro. Although I can't see, yesterday I did my eyes first, and then I did my skin. But I'm kind of curious if I should do my skin and then my eyes, because that's what I usually do. How much time do I have? It is 2:03. I feel like I have all the time in the whole world. Maybe I'll do my eyes. Kind of want to. That way I have a more... I usually like to do my face a little bit later, even though sometimes I do start it early, depending on how much time I have. I will do it later though, that way I know I'm getting more of a clean, fresh base. It's gonna be setting a little bit later, so it'll last a little bit longer. So I might go ahead and just do my eyes. I wanted to recreate or try doing another smoky eye, but a better version, because like last time I did one, it didn't look as bomb as my other looks usually look. Also, I'm thinking about I thought about doing today, but obviously I changed my mind. But I was thinking about doing like a mod look, just because I was feeling mod. But I think I might actually wait to do that when I have a little bit more time. And if I'm going out and like I have a full-esque outfit to go with that. So yeah. So I think I'm going to have to go back into the Neutrals palette and try this out. I was thinking, also the one downside of filming right here is because I don't really want to use like light. It's because I can't see what's in front of me very well. So everything like looks dark, but when I'm like this, I'm like, ooh, I can see. It's colorful. It is pretty. Oh, just realized, hot topic. The other day, what day was that? Thursday. On Thursday, I was supposed to have my therapy session, and I slept through it. So I haven't had another update recently, which makes me sad because I was really excited to go to therapy and talk about some more things, and then it didn't happen, so that kind of sucks, but oh well, I guess. Also, I need to go get one brush. I don't know how I forgot the one brush to do it all, but I'm gonna go get a brush real quick. And then I will continue my story. Maybe. Who knows? All I need is a blender brush. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was leaving my bathroom light on, just in case I did need to go back. Oh yeah, I'm just in my PJs right now, rocking my John Lennon shirt. Ugh, I love him so much. I love the Beatles so much. My heart, my soul, my brain is crazy. So yeah, missed that, but it's fine. Anyway, the art exhibit, which was apparently took 3 years to do, which I could see. It was pretty intense and a lot. Also, I'm just gonna have to like, oh no, I'm like, what is in front of my face? What can I possibly do? Who knows? Okay, I'm just gonna guess. That's probably not a good idea, but it's fine. Also, because of the lighting, I'll probably just have to like look into my, well, I have a mirror set up, but also I could kind of like look, which might happen more likely. Anywho, took her 3 years, 3 or 4 years, and practically everything was just pink everywhere. A whole bunch of dolls and baby clothes for like, you know, like females, because she always wanted a girl, so it's very girl, I guess. And I feel like it's one of those things that you really have to experience though to get the full gist. Just because, for one, it is a very personal exhibit. It's not, to me, it wasn't like a usual exhibit that I would see downtown, because we have Final Fridays and all different types of artists and performers on the last Friday of each month. They showcase their art, and this showcase that I went to is not something I don't think I would see at Final Friday, because it's a little bit more, it's muted graphic, if that makes sense, because it is a very touchy subject. It has to do with, you know, miscarrying. I think she miscarried 3 or 4 times. I think 4. But apparently, though, she has 3 or 4 other sons, which I don't know if they came after the miscarriages or if there was in between or before. I don't even know how old exactly this person is. I thought it was interesting. It wasn't my favorite exhibit just because it did just because there was some background with her sons that made me very uncomfortable. Apparently she had like forced one of her sons to dress as if he was a girl, like, and she would introduce him as like a girl, and that's not okay with me personally, just because, you don't do that. You just don't. That's not fair to your child. You shouldn't have that. You shouldn't have that right. You shouldn't dictate who they are as a person. You shouldn't dictate like their gender. Like, that's not for a parent to decide. And like same with like sexuality and stuff. That's just not okay. Like, that's what really, like, walking into the exhibit and it's knowing that, it's like also made me feel uncomfortable, because she was so, it seemed that everything was like, I want a girl, the girls are the best, this is just not really the best, but like this is what she always wanted. So it's very hyped up, very in your face, very pink, and it's crazy because there wasn't anything like too, like, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, there was this one part of the house that was in a bathroom. It was kind of pungent. There were pregnancy tests everywhere, and like cups, which I think were her actual urine. I'm not too sure, but that was a lot for me, just because, like, oh my god, there was a lot of. It was just crazy. Like, it's kind of, like I said, it's something you really just need to experience for yourself. Yeah, it was a crazy time. And then she did a live performance, which I will talk about in a sec. I just realized I talk so much rather than just actually get to the point of things. Because, I don't know, that's how I want to say, I guess. I'm just like, I'm ready to talk about some shiz. Especially some interesting things that you wouldn't expect. Like, let's go. So the live performance, which now I'm going in with the 88 matte from BH Cosmetics, which I know, like, the past few palettes I've used are not, you cannot get them anymore, I don't think. I think they're out. I don't think they're available. So I'm sorry. But any O shade will do. So her live performance, which was supposed to start at 9 o'clock. No, 9. I believe so. Because me and my boy got there around 8:30 to like walk around. Oh yeah, she rented a house. She rented a house for this event, which for one, I love the house. Like, I would live in this house. So she rented this old Victorian style house. Also, she was kind of dressed up in a very, not necessarily childlike, but very almost doll-esque, like. It was interesting. So, yeah, we did the whole house thing, and her live performance was supposed to start at 9. It was running a little bit late, though. I don't think it really started until, like, 9:15-ish, maybe. I think that's because apparently she was really nervous to do this whole performance, which no one really knew what it was going to be. There was speculation that it was going to be like with my group of peeps, the speculation was it was going to be like an actual miscarriage type thing, but that's not what happened. So for one, she comes out, unveils 3 blenders. Also from her person to her left, although looking at her, it's like, you're right, whatever. But going from her perspective, to her left is a big cement mixer. She starts out with the blenders. So the blenders, she puts in either, I don't know if it's actual strawberries or fruits or something, it's something red. She picks up this red stuff, puts it in the first blender, blends it. While that's happening, there is a laugh track, which made me really sad because is it like we're supposed to be laughing at this misfortune that happened to her? Everybody was silent, like nobody really said anything. So just like, what's going on, basically. So then she takes that, what was in the first blender, and she moves it to the second blender. The second blender, she adds milk to it and blends that. And then the track that plays with that is a crying track. And I could not tell if it was her actual, like, crying. It kind of seemed like it was, honestly. It was really sad. And she actually did start kind of, like, hiccuping, like she was, you know, tearing up and crying. Which, yeah, definitely it's a sad thing, for sure. And I was just like, I feel like I'm feeling this right now. And then she took the second blender, poured it into the third blender, added more milk, and then put that, after that was blended, into the cement mixer. And then she took more milk that she had and put it in the blender, and then put more in the cement mixer. And then she put a whole gallon of milk in the cement mixer. And she got the cement mixer going. It was a going. And then she screams and dumps the cement mixer with all that stuff on her. And the whole place was silent. It was quiet. It was an experience. I'm glad I went to it because I've never seen anything like this. And I think it's good that you go out and you, like, culture yourself and what people go through. Just, like, perspective reasons, you know, and also, like, self reasons. It was interesting. Although, still in the back of my head, I'm thinking about what she did to her son. It was, like, one of her sons, I guess. And I'm just like, man, that's, and I think that's where it's like, what happened, you know? And I was looking at her sponsor, or like people who like help sponsor the event, and a few of them I think were like clinics. I don't know, I have the pamphlets on the table downstairs, but I'm pretty sure they were like, one of them was like for brain injuries or something, and I'm wondering if like that might have because of, you know, losing 4 children that you were like, you know, expecting or you were planning, because I mean, I can only assume, and I don't want to assume, but obviously she wanted children. I mean, she wanted a girl for sure. That was very evident. But I'm just kind of speechless. I don't really know what else to say about this, but it was interesting. It was interesting. After we saw everything, like we were clapping after that, but everybody else, it just stayed silent for a while because we didn't know what to do. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know if there's any more. So then after we left, okay, but hang on. I'm going to go into the 88 Shimmer palette. Anyway, yeah, after we, so I gotta see my colors. Hang on. Okay, lols. So after we watched, you know, or finished the whole exhibit and performance, we went across the street to, there's this juice bar. They had like chairs and stuff. We all sat down and started talking about that, about what we saw, what we thought, and then talked about other things that me boy and his friend were involved in, and then we just kind of like left after that. But we like, it was just something that was very impressionable, just because like what do you do, you know? Like, I feel like it's controversial in itself just because of like later on stories and stuff, but it's just crazy. It's so crazy to think about all the shiz that happens. I don't know. Yeah, that was interesting. That's for sure. That was like super interesting. Like, I don't think I'll ever forget that. I don't think I'll ever forget that experience I had. I don't know how I could. And like, she handmade, I think, everything besides like, I mean, the actual art pieces were made out of like cloth, and she's sewn them together, and they're like, there were big things and there were small things, like small mixed media work, which was quite impressive. Like, that a lot of work was put into this. It was kind of eerie though, and she had people, I don't know exactly if they were related to her or not, but she had like helpers or like volunteers kind of guide you or like help you know where to go next, because like you were supposed to follow a specific route of the house. So you would start on the bottom of the house, or bottom, like living room, dining, kitchen type thing, and then you would go upstairs to like the bedrooms, and there was like another kitchen, which that kitchen upstairs, it had a sink that was supposed to like be spewing blood into the sink, and like there's a teacup. Ooh. It was just insane, my dudes. Like, oof. Now I'm going into the Foil Eyes 2 by BH Cosmetics. Oh man. Well, I think I'm done with that palette, and I want to add some other shimmer. Going into the Spotlight Highlight by BH Cosmetics, because I love them so much. They're just the bee's knees. I already forgot which side I dipped into. Okay, I know which one now. Yeah, I'm just at a loss for words right now. Just because of like thinking about that last night. Or, I mean, thinking about what happened last night, basically. Or more like, I don't know. Other than that, I feel like I've been, besides that I did miss my therapy appointment on Thursday. I feel like things have been going well. Although I am sad that I had to reschedule. So now my therapy will be this coming Thursday, and then I can do an update on my session. That way y'all can know what's up. I don't even know how this is actually gonna look. I'm just hoping for the best right now. Especially because I feel like I'm taking forever. I'm just trying. I want to do something else with like red. I don't know. Because I wanted to use a blush I don't usually use. It's more of like a red orange, or like just more red tone blush. So I wanted to see how that would look, especially like kind of with a smoky eye. And then do kind of like a reddish, kind of a red brown lip maybe with it. But yeah, I don't know. Life has been pretty chill. I'd say. Seems pretty chill at least. It's crazy because like I just got my advising done for the summer and for next fall for school. So that's exciting. I think depending, because I'm taking 3 gen eds over the summer, which I've never done like a summer class like that. At least college I haven't done like a summer class. High school I did take summer classes, but not really for college. So I'm, for one, taking them all online. So I'm hoping like that'll be okay. I'm excited to get more classes out of the way. But also, I just don't really know how it's gonna be. I can only hope for the best, which is what I'm gonna try to do. But I am excited to see where, or how long it'll take me, because next fall I should be taking 17 credits, I think. I think 17. So yeah, 17 credits. And I don't think I'm taking like any gen eds for that. I am just doing more performance based, and I'm starting my directing type classes, so that'll be exciting. Especially so that when I am ready to direct a show at school, I'll be able to, which should be super fun, because I do have a show kind of in mind, but I mean, I don't really necessarily have to choose it yet, but I've kind of had this one in mind for like a year already now. Since I read it over the summer, I'm just like, ooh, that would be fun to direct. It's kind of a short show. I think it's a Baker's play, and it's actually about college, so I feel like that'd be kind of funny. Which it's, pretty sure it's supposed to be like a comedy. Most Baker plays, I think, have like a story within it, but there's some relief to what's actually going on. So yeah, let's see how that goes. But I think my graduation year will either be, I'm assuming it's gonna be 2022, but depending how many gen eds I keep taking to get out of the way, especially if I decide to do more in the summer, then I could possibly graduate in 2021. It really just depends on my schedule. So who really knows what's in the works for Sydney? Who really knows what's going to be happening with me? Sometimes I don't really know. I just kind of see where it takes me, and etc. I'm I'm very curious how many, like, if different state colleges have requirements for being full-time students, because I know where I'm at, it's 12, I think, yeah, it should be 12 credits makes you a full-time student. But I don't know if other colleges have different requirements than that. I'm very curious, especially because I'd say most of my friends are just in the same state. I don't know if I know anybody who... Do I know anybody who went out of state? I don't think so. I am curious though what it's like to be out of state, especially because, like, I wish I would have gone out of state for college, but, you know, then again, it's a lot cheaper to stay where you are. If you stay in state, it's like a lot cheaper. So, like, plus at the time I wasn't really sure about going to college, so I think that's kind of like another deal breaker. Is like, I wasn't really sure. So ultimately, if I was gonna go, it's probably better that I go locally, cause I just didn't. I'm kind of stubborn, kinda. I probably am pretty stubborn when it comes to things like in either that I want to do sometimes or like in general. Just cause I didn't like it that if you wanted to if you wanted to apply for a scholarship, you had to create an account on all these different types of websites just to apply for a scholarship. I just don't feel like that's necessary. And I mean, I'm very thankful that my parents raised enough money to give me a college fund so that, yeah, I could have done the scholarships, which I probably wish I would have done, because then I could be going to the college that I've always wanted to go to, or a college that met some type of standard that I wanted. So sometimes I don't regret going to where I'm going, but like sometimes I kind of do, just because I just didn't apply myself as much. I kind of settled, but also, like, I'm still getting a good education, especially in, like, the theater department, working with just brilliant instructors for the most part, who really seem to care about what you want, and not always about, like, the school, you know, trying to get you out of there quickly. Like, they actually, like, seem to care about what you need. Like, they want to know, like, hey, is there anything that you're really looking into? Like, it's just so, it makes me happy to be going where I'm going, especially because, like, of all the great people and friends I have. Like, now that I've switched departments, like, I've just gotten so much closer to most people, and even the people who I didn't really feel close to, like, at first. Like, I'm a lot more comfortable around them now. Like, I'm not caring as much about that. I'm just doing what I want to do. And that's what it's about, you know? Especially if you're going to an institution that you're paying money, you know, for classes. Like, you should be able to choose exactly what you want to do and not worry about a whole bunch of crap, man. Like, do you, honey boo boo. So I will say, like, we do have downsides to our school. I feel like probably every school has that, especially depending on, you know, what each college's main focus is. Sometimes, like, for me, I kind of look for, well, for one, my school's affordable for me. And if you look, that's the thing. Also, if you look at your professors and, like, maybe where they come from, where they studied from, that can kind of help show you what you could be getting out of, like, what they have earned. Because if they're like hella trained professionals and know what they're doing, then you're most likely going to be getting your money's worth. And I feel like that's probably like most colleges if you stay in state, no matter where you are. They obviously, or should, in my opinion, have those who are qualified to do their job. And they can back it up with their credentials. They're not just always, talking about it. They can do it. So just be aware, I guess. Okay, I think I'm looking somewhat okay. Like I said, the lighting, how I'm looking at it, this away rather than this away is a little bit darker. But if I usually follow my same routine, then I will be able to trust myself, hopefully, and know that I'm doing what I usually do. And that's always a hope, because you never know. But so far, I'm just like, look how glowy. Glowy. Watch it just be oil. Although it is kind of nice to have some natural oils come through. Because then, like, I know, like, because I love mixing foundations. Mixing foundations, like, especially, like, the CoverGirl one. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say I was using that one. The CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made. This one, ever since I watched another video, I think her name is Kelly Strack. I don't know, but I watched her try this out, and I was like, matte foundation that actually works and doesn't crack really much and is affordable. I'm loving this so much, and it matches me so well. It's always hard for me to find drugstore foundations that match, unless I'm just too stubborn and I just am not actually I'm not trying out the correct thing, and I'm just going super white because I always feel like I'm super white and it's hard to match. Although I do know I have a little bit of a different, I'm not as super pale, but I'm pale enough that still has pigment, like a little bit more pigmentation. It's just hard for me to figure out myself. That's just how it be. It is just hard for me to do that. Also, this is also a CoverGirl concealer, which I like a lot. This one is the Clean Matte also. Well, this is Clean Matte, that one's True Blend Matte Made. But this one I've used so many times. I don't know, I can't remember. Oh, I've tried other concealers from like the drugstore, or like I go to Dillon's usually, or CVS, or anywhere that's affordable. And I've tried other ones, but I like this. I keep going back to this one, which this one kind of helped right now because I put on like a little bit of a white, gotta fix my position, getting a little bit uncomfortable. I had used a little bit of the Pro Conceal in like the white, I think. This is from LA Girl. I'm pretty sure this is from LA Girl. I'm going to guess that's where it's from. And so putting this over, which has a little bit more of a yellow tone, kind of canceled out a lot more of the whiteness. So it still highlights, but it brings it, it's like it's bringing it back to life in a way that doesn't look too ghostly. Especially because like once this does kind of go more matte and I put like some powders on, I could look maybe more ghostly like that. And I still want to look a little bit alive. Or try to. This is kind of a struggle. I may have to go back to filming in my bathroom. But I do like the natural light, even though right now I think it's like overcast and dull outside. So that's probably why it seems weird. Plus I'm sitting down. I'm literally sitting on my bootay, just sitting down. And I'm using an old dance thing my dad made when I did dance. And then I have a mirror in front of me, and then my camera on top of a 45 carrying case. What's it called? DIY. Let's go. So yeah. Man, I do not remember what I was talking. Oh, I was talking about school. I was mainly talking about school. But yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Oh no, school's a wild adventure. And I'm like technically a sophomore. We'll be going into my junior year. kind of scary. Because it's like, what am I going to do? Am I going to survive? Is it going to be the same? What's going to be hard? Anything going to be easy? Which, surprisingly, college, the only reason college seems hard, or at least seems hard for me, is because I procrastinate all the time and I don't want to do anything unless it's fun. That's like my biggest issue that I kind of have with college. But literally though, if you actually do apply yourself and go to class and pay attention and do the work, then college is super easy and super fun. It's like I feel like high school was honestly a lot harder than college for me, because my high school, we had block schedules. So you would have all your we had red and blue days. So like, one day all your red classes and the next day all your blue classes, back and forth, back and forth. And that was a struggle. Still being a procrastinator ish, depending on what the class was. And then also doing extracurriculars, like being in choir and maybe having event things to go to. Or, doing plays and having play rehearsal every single night. Like right after school to, I think, 7:30? I think that was the latest we went. I think. So that was a lot. But it was fun. Like, I'm not gonna, hate on it because I love doing it. And I'm doing it today. Thank you. Thank you, Seth. But it is, I think that's one of the reasons why it seems like high school was harder. Just because of the back and forth. Because like with college, you practically get to pick your own schedule, if you want to go in the morning, if you want to go in the evening. Oh yeah, what time is it? Oh, I still have some time. I was like looking at the timer and I was like, oh my god. But so college is a lot more accessible, I guess. Plus, if you want to do online, you can just do online, which all my summer classes will be online, which hopefully will for sure be helpful, because so my birthday is in May 26th. But in June, I will be going to Vegas for my birthday because I need a new ID before I can go anywhere. And my classes, since they're online, I can take my laptop and work on them while I'm away. So that should be very helpful for me personally. Although I kind of wish I had some classes where I could just go to the school and everything would be fine. But I mean, I'm doing what I gotta do. So if it'll help me get a little bit ahead in my track for school, then I'm okay with that. And then every other class for next semester will be on campus. I prefer that since it is the actual school semester, so why wouldn't I be doing classes that are actually on campus? So yeah, I'm excited. I'm trying to think of all my classes. I wish I could remember them. Just because I'm excited to take them, talk about them. And it's just like, they keep adding more certificates and minors in like the theater program and like musical theater program and the media arts, which is now like our film type of program. And I'm just like, ooh, what should I do? Should I keep adding more? Because there's just so many things, and I want to be able to make sure I can afford what I'm doing right now. But I just can't decide if I want to like double major still, because like I love history and I'd love to like do that. Although a person in my voice and diction class said that her husband had just graduated and he's a history major and he is looking for jobs right now. He does work downtown at our history, one of our our natural history museums. But I know like for me personally, if I were to get like the history major. I already kind of have ideas of like what I would want to go into. They're pretty big jobs. So I know it would probably take a lot of applying just to try to get into them. But it'd be worth it, especially like although I love theater, and I just holding out for that, and I feel like it'll work out. Like I feel like there's always going to be something needed for theater. It's an entertainment industry, not just theater, but like film. I really want to get more into film. Oh my god, okay. I kind of fricked that up. And now I'm sad. Oh my gosh. Okay. How can I fix this? I kind of have to do the other side now, cause I fucked up. Kind of. Lol, oh my god. I really hope that doesn't look too insane in person. Like actual person in person. Since I have to go help serve people. And I mean, what is today? Today's a Saturday. It's a Saturday night. Let's get crazy. Why not? Why not get crazy? I don't want to get too crazy though. I'll just have to blend that shiz out. Ooh. Oofta. Oofta. Alert, alert. I need life alert. I need help. It's fine. It's fine. Not completely, but it'll be fine. That's not even what it's called. Oh yeah, I love this though. The Shop Miss A sponges. I've been using this one consistently, and I'm loving it. It's very nice. It gets hella big, but it's very nice, and it really blends everything quite well. I've never used a beauty blender before because money. $20 for one thing. I'd rather buy a skin treatment for more rather than just get one tool for $20. Obviously, if I had more funds, then of course I'm gonna get a beauty blender and try it out. Or maybe on a whim, I will be like, I've always wanted to try it, like I usually always say. And then I will try it someday. But so far, I will not be trying it until I have enough money to do that. And I'm ready to do that. So, and especially because right now I'm trying to save up. Which I got paid on Friday, and I got a little bit of tax money, so I'm happy, and I should hopefully be able to support myself some more. So, I'm excited, because like, it's just, every little bit counts. I wonder how I want to know how frugal other people are. Oh, crap sticks. That just popped off. Oh well. Because I feel like I'm hella frugal. For the most part. I do splurge on some things. But I usually try to not spend so much shiz. Which I just realized I keep forgetting to say what I'm using. This is way harder. I don't know how people do this. Probably because I just edit their film and everything's fine. Because I don't want to. Or I don't want to try it yet. Maybe I will try it. But so far I don't want to. So I used the Bombshell Bronze from BH Cosmetics, which is what I kind of went ham on accidentally. But it's okay. I used the Per Cosmetics 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Makeup Broad Spectrum SPF. It's a powder. Before that. And then I am currently using a CoverGirl blush, which is super pretty. Oh, it's just called Classic Color Blush, but it has a little bit of a shimmer, which I mean I did want-ish, but I kind of want to use another. Oh, I forgot to use that. Oh, it's okay. I don't have to use everything that I thought I would use. I'm testing the waters. And then I want to use this other BH Blush to Go color palette, which I think is supposed to be similar to the blushed neutrals. palette, and that is just a guess. I don't actually know, I'm just guessing on that. Ooh, I really hope this looks okay in person. If not, I'll have to diffuse it a little bit with some other powder. That's okay though. Because especially like the CoverGirl one gives you some hella shine. And I want to highlight too, so. Put a little bit of the excess, or maybe I'll dot a little bit of that. Because I really like the look of that. Because it just, when you actually do add the blush kind of to your nose area or around the nose area, especially if you already get kind of like a reddish nose or like a glow to your skin, like maybe you do have some redness, which I kind of do here and there, it kind of makes your skin a little bit more skin-like. And it just kind of, that looks hella crazy. It's gonna be okay, hopefully. I just realized that looked hella crazy. Plus the sun is like wanting to kill me right now, but it's fine. But yes, it kind of diffuses into your skin and makes it a little bit more skin-like, just a tad, if you don't want to add too much like I just did. Which is why I'm kind of trying to be like, okay, where can I put the blush? Which, probably anywhere. Great. Anywhere, yeah. What time is it? Just keep checking the time, because that's what happens when I talk forever. Okay. How should I do this first? Powders first. Yes. Okay. Begin somewhere. You're doing some things. Now I will try to diffuse all that craziness. I mean, I would go for this kind of blush look on a usual day maybe. Like for the fun of it. But for work, sometimes I try not to look like I'm going too much for work because I want to be a little bit more professional. Yes, it is a fast food-ish place, but it's supposed to be a different type of fast food place. So I feel like sometimes I have to make sure that people still want to approach me. Which they should. They should never order off the kiosk, in my opinion. But I don't want to look like they can't. Because, like, some people are weird about that. They'll be like, she looks crazy. It's just their opinion. Even if I feel like I'm looking cool, they may be like, oh, I don't want this person to serve me. They got so much makeup on. Plus, I don't want people to comment on it, too, if it does maybe not look so muted. Because, like, on some time, like, if I am working the weekend like I am now, I will do, like, pretty out there, like, fun, colorful makeup. But on a usual, like, day-to-day, if I'm working one of the weekdays, I won't. It just depends, too, because I guess I could probably get more away with it on the weekdays because we're not too busy. But I just try to keep it, like, low-key at work. It's a lot different. I try to keep it low-key, and then I'm crazy. But at school, I really don't care. I'll do whatever sometimes. But I've usually not worn not as much makeup to school. I'll just, like, spot conceal, or I won't wear any makeup. Like yesterday, I didn't until I got ready. See, that looks a little bit more toned down. Thank you, powder. This is the Maybelline New York Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I think I tried this before, and I was like, oh my god, is this gonna work for me? And I was like, I'm gonna give it another try, and I do enjoy it. It helps. I think I found the actual the right shade. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. And then I kind of want to do, yeah, I'm going to do it. I did like red a little bit on top of the lid, and I think I want to go underneath it. I was kind of thinking about doing that earlier because I knew I wanted to incorporate the red that I was kind of going to try to do on my cheeks a little bit. And I kind of want to do that with the eyeballs, so yeah. It may look like, oh my god, what's wrong with you? But I'm having fun. This is where I probably go more crazy on my eyeshadow than anything. I love eyeshadow. It's my favorite part of a look besides doing mascara and highlighting. Although sometimes I don't want to do like crazy highlighting. It just depends on what I'm doing. But I love eyeshadow is just so much more fun to me. I love doing different colors. Just love, love, love. Just love is the word. Love is the answer. Love is the answer. Yes. Digging it. They probably like, Sydney, are you up there? I'm like, bro, I'm chill. What are you talking about? I'm fine. So yeah, okay. And I think I actually am gonna do like white in my waterline, which I haven't done in a while. I finally did it yesterday after not doing it forever. I thought about doing a darker one tonight. But also, so when you ball on a budget, basically, or when you shop affordably for your makeup, you, at least in my perspective, you kind of get an idea of how certain products work with one another. Because, you know, usually drugstore, stuff like that, is a little bit lower quality, or it's not the type of consistency that you would expect from more higher products. So sometimes I will, based on what I use, even though, I mean, the shadows and stuff, BH Cosmetics slays. There's nothing, in my opinion, wrong with them. But sometimes with like liners, and like depending on what type of liner you use and get, and then your mascara that you use, that will mainly depend on, I think, how you do that. Like with liner and mascara, you kind of have to know what you're working with for the most part. Or else your makeup could possibly get really messy really quickly. Really just depends. And that white liner was from Katy Kat. It's the Katy Perry CoverGirl White. It's not the whitest thing, or like the whitest white eyeliner I think I've used. One of the whitest ones I've used before, which I need to find again, is the, oh my gosh. It's more of a Dollar Tree brand, I'm pretty sure. You can get it at Dollar General too. I've used their mascaras before, and they're really good. Like, people gave them low ratings, but when I used them, I was like, what? This shit is good. It's hella dark usually. I didn't think it was like that watery, because sometimes with more affordable ones, they're a little bit more watery. But the one I used wasn't. And their white liner, which I wish I could remember the brand, was just so good. Like, but then I couldn't find that, I think, at Dillon's or Kmart when we had one, like, right around the corner. We got rid of it, but I couldn't find it there. So I ended up just kind of settling for the Katy Perry one. Plus, I wanted to try her thing, so I was like, let's see if Katy can do this. Which I'm really curious, which I was thinking about this the other day, because you, when you go to the drugstore and they usually have like new products in, I've kind of seen that people are coming out with collabs with other, like celebrities, I guess. Like, they're partnering, or like they want to sponsor this celebrity to collab with this affordable makeup brand, and you're like, oh my god, it has to be great, right? But also you kind of wonder if they're just doing it for the money, if they actually believe in the products. I don't know. Like, when you see commercial ads, you usually see the sponsored person, let's say Katy Perry for instance, trying on the makeup, or like trying on, when you already know, like, they kind of have their makeup done already. It's supposed to be like false advertising a little bit, but still advertising to like get you to want to buy it because a celebrity is using it. I wish I could remember what it's called. It's like I think with language it's like ethos. So is it like ethics, kind of like that? Maybe. Questions. So for me, I'm just like, okay, like recently, who else came out with something? I saw it on their website. Wet n Wild, I think. If not Wet n Wild, I think it was Wet n Wild. Maybe Wet n Wild, I think, is partnering either with, I think it's a gymnast or a dancer. Someone who does athletic things. Because the whole new line on their site is very active type makeup. Or like active fun makeup, I guess. And I'm just like, okay, is this really gonna work? How are the reviews coming in from everyday people? I just want to know if the people being sponsored and like collabing, if they really use the products. Do they use the products that they make? Or do they just make it to make money and they don't use the products? I need to know these. I need to know these things. Because obviously other brands or other creators of like makeup do wear their products. And they usually stand by them because, I mean, if you think about it, probably more high-end like brands. Like let's talk about like Kim K, her family, you know, they all each kind of do their own thing. Kim Kardashian does wear her own brand because she talks about being a mom and on the go and how easy it is for her to do makeup. So she uses her products. Everybody else still uses other people's products though, obviously. But obviously the quality that Kim K, at least you can hope, most likely is going to be a lot different than what you would get at a drugstore. So like with Kylie Cosmetics, she stands by her products. They seem bomb. I mean, she uses them and talks about them. Let's talk about, I mean, Jeffree Star. He's amazing. Created his own company. Also wears his own products, but still tests out other products. So it's like all these different things. But then again, like those people are higher up when it comes to quality of products, usually. Although drugstore is stepping up their game. They, like, which I wish I want to know what really qualifies as drugstore anymore, because, like, prices are getting a little bit higher for things. Some of the quality probably is staying the same, but for other things it seems like the quality is improving. Although, for sure, like, Wet n Wild highlights and, like, e.l.f. highlights have always been good in my opinion. But now they're just coming out with a lot more what you would seem as, like, high-end type stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, what else is happening? What's coming out? It's exciting, though, because, like, formulas are kind of changing. I feel like some drugstore brands are, like, actually listening. Oh, I messed that up. Or coming to their, or actually listening to their consumers in a way. I'll fix that in a second. That was just a lip liner from, I don't know who it is because it's rubbed off. Lol. Which may not even go with, which I love this color. It's Matte Tender from Milani Cosmetics. And they smell so good. Yes. So I don't know. Just a lot of thoughts. I'm just very curious to see, like, what happens, what's actually going on with these companies. You know, all the tea. I just want to know, like, what other people think of the products that they actually put out. And then this is just a lipstick. That's hella jacked up. But my mom got them for me from Publishers Clearinghouse. And I was like, okay. I kind of melted most of them. I think I did melt most of them down because I was using it for a project. Because I wanted to see if it would look cool. Okie dokie. Not too bad. It looks kind of classy, but kind of not. Again, it looks kind of professional. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like that's it for the makeup, and I guess probably for the talks, because I'm pretty sure my laundry's almost done since I had to wash my uniforms. Oh yeah. Highlight! Oh my gosh. How could I forget highlight? Because I do want to glow some more. Since I kind of muted some of this. I think I'm going to go back into the Spotlight Highlight Palette. I've been really happy so far. This has been pretty fun, pretty good. And I kind of want to go back in with Ethereal. Such a pretty color. Such a pretty color. I like to build it if it's not too... Because, like, I'm always scared to go in with these highlights because, like, they're really nice. Very, very nice. Plus, like, the brush I use is kind of different. It's a BH Cosmetics one, which I think is actually used for highlight. Ooh. Yes. But I just kind of like to build it because these highlights are beautiful and they'll blind you. That's for sure. That is for sure. But they're fun. Definitely. Okay. I think I probably put on enough highlight. Although I kind of want to do one more clean sweep. Yep, that's what I needed. Yeah. Ooh, I just feel so pretty. Although I did feel pretty good today without makeup. I was like feeling myself. So, oh yeah, that's something I did want to talk about, which I might talk about in another video. I want to talk about being comfortable, like in your own skin and stuff, or do like a makeup look that's very minimal, type, quick, simple, like if you want to let your skin breathe type thing. But I'm loving it. So now all I can do is my setting spray, and we Gucci. Gucci. Yes. Well, that's it for this. Now I gotta go finish getting ready for work, and hopefully I won't be late. So, bye.